Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. I didn't do a live premiere today, but I am going to put out a quick video to give you guys a heads up on what's going on tomorrow for our live chat premiere, where I will be giving away 2 1-ounce silver coins, all right, to someone who is in the live chat. Okay, so if you want to be able to get one of the 2 silver coins that I'll be giving away, you're going to need to be in the live chat. And why wouldn't you? It's a lot of fun. Okay, I try to do at least 1, usually 2 live chats during the weekend. This weekend it's only 1 because of things that I have to get done around the house today. Okay, so anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to start this off by shouting out some new subscribers. Okay, now if you did not subscribe in the last week and you don't want to get through this, just skip ahead a minute or 2, all right? Because I feel this is very important. I was thinking maybe I can move the shout outs to the end of the video and give people the option of whether they want to see or not, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep doing this the same way I've always done it, because our new subscribers deserve, as far as I'm concerned, a little bit of recognition, and we want to join them into the community. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do this quickly, and we will get to what the video is about here in a minute. Now, while I go through the subscribers, please look here. You see where my arrow is on the right hand side. If they have subscribers of their own and you want to go check out their channel, please go ahead and do so. Okay, so here we go. If I'm shouting you out for a second time, you're going to get a BOGO. All right, buy one get one, even though you didn't have to buy any, but you're going to get an extra shout out. So here we go. Nikki B, Zemina, Suzanne, Susan, Sue. Wow, Suzanne, Susan, and Sue. Nancy Holt, Lone Wolf, Carolyn, Tampa Kitty, Live Naturally. I like that. Jorge Gonzalez, Piotr Fogier, Prepper Nurse 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been following Prepper Nurse 1 for years. Yes, this is Prepper Nurse 1. Hey, thank you, Prepper Nurse 1. Nice to have you on board. If you guys, I think I've shouted his channel out before in that video that I did where I was showing you guys all of the YouTubers that I subscribe to. And go check out Prepper Nurse 1. If you check him out and you like his content, tell him Alaska Prepper sent you. He'll probably get a giggle out of that. But that is awesome. All right. Just a quick preview on Prepper Nurse 1, ladies and gentlemen. He lives in New York. I believe he lives in upstate New York. I'm not sure exactly. But he's been prepping for years, and he lives completely off grid, meaning that he's not hooked up to the electrical power. He's not hooked up to the grid, and he gets his own water from a well, and he cuts his own wood for heat in the winter. So go check him out. Nice to have you, Prepper Nurse 1, and really nice to have everyone. This is a nice surprise that Prepper Nurse 1 is subscribed here. That's awesome. Awesome. Maria Delgado, Bridget, Dope Free 123, Robert, Deborah, Jerry, Torpedo, Lecard, Prepping with J&J, April, Even Hand, Susan. We have a lot of Susans today, and Sue's. Gail, Kelly Knight, Diane Thompson, Derek. Let's see, Barbie's Rule, Dougal, Steve, Jerry, Malcolm, Cindy, Prepping 101, Rose, Jose, Philip, Adaforia, Tracy, Chloe, Samala, Marcus, David, Terry, Mac, Jessica, Extreme Tint and Decals, Willa, Wharton, Julia, Rod, Anthony, Russ, Jacqueline, Gabila, Catherine, Curtis. I like that thumbnail, Tupac. VIP0327, Angie, Kathleen, Sherry, Debbie, Roxanne, Wanda. Too Good Body for You. To God Body for You. Okay. Devante. And last but not least, African Community. African Community's got a lot of subscribers too. We'll have to go check that channel out. Hey everyone, thank you very much for subscribing. I think you'll enjoy our community. Please join in the conversation. Of course, please be respectful. This community is very respectful to each other. We are here to help each other out and hope to make more preppers by reaching, teaching, and repeating. Okay, so thank you very much again for everyone that has subscribed this week. Truly blessed to have you all come onto our community. And now, let's get on to the subject of what this video is about. So, really quick, and this is not going to be a long video. I'm going to try not to blab on too long. But this, what I'm going to read to you real quick, comes directly from the U.S. Department of the Treasury. Okay, so if you go to treasury.gov, you will land on this page. And I'll leave a link to this if you want to read it all yourself. I'm not going to read it all, okay? But this has to do with the Federal Reserve note. And I am going to read to you all an excerpt from this site. Now, I want to give credit where credit is due. Okay, I did not find this on my own. I was watching the RTD channel, all right, Michael's channel, a couple of days ago, I think, 2 or 3 days ago. And he put out he had a caller who called in and sent him this link to share with his community. And if you guys haven't checked out RTD, go over to his channel. He's got a great channel, okay? And he read this and I was like, that's incredible. Because you know what, ladies and gentlemen, it's like I've said in the past, everything is in plain sight. So I like to say that a lot of people live with their eyes wide shut because everything is in front of us. However, where we are disadvantaged at is that there's so much information out there that it's pretty impossible for all of us to be able to sift through it all. So that's why I stand true to what I've said before, that the more prepper channels, the more finance channels there are, the better. Because the more people going through different types of information that one person could never get through on their own. So I'm going to go ahead and read this to you real quick. Let me go ahead and get it a little bigger. So if you guys can see it on the screen, you can. And I'm just going to read to you this excerpt. And like I said, you guys can read the rest of this if you go to that link. And I'm going to leave the link for you, okay? So here's what it says. The Federal Reserve notes. And for some of you that may be new to the channel and may be new to this way of thinking, the Federal Reserve notes are dollar bills that you have in your pockets, right? So if you pull out a dollar bill, a $5 bill, 20, whatever it is you have, that is a Federal Reserve note, okay? Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold, silver, or any other commodity and receive no backing by anything. This has been the case since 1933, right? I'm going to read that again, ladies and gentlemen, so it can sink in. This is talking about the dollars that you have in your pockets and the dollars that you have in your bank accounts, in your 401ks, in your pension plans, IRAs, whatever kind of a paper asset you have. That is what this is talking about. Federal Reserve notes are not redeemable in gold, silver, or any other commodity and receive no backing by anything. This has been the case since 1933. The notes have no value for themselves, but for what they will buy. All right, I'll say again. The notes have no value for themselves, but what they will buy. In another sense, because they are legal tender, the Federal Reserve notes are backed by all the goods and services in the economy. So what they're saying there is that that piece of paper you hold in your pocket, that is only good if someone else is willing to take it, but that it has absolutely no value in it within itself, okay? As opposed to precious metals, as opposed to a real commodity like food, all right? Like something that you can hold in your hand, that has real value. Gold and silver, all right, have real value because someone actually had to expend energy, and energy is wealth. Someone had to actually expend energy to extract that metal from the earth, to refine it, and then to turn it into blanks, and then send it to a mint where they put their picture on it, where they stamp their picture on it or their logo, or whatever it is they put on it, all right, depending on what you get, all right? So here you have the Treasury of the United States telling you flat out that The Federal Reserve notes, the dollars you hold in your pocket, have absolutely zero value. Okay, so one day when those dollars actually do revert to their intrinsic value of zero, meaning when one day you wake up and your dollars won't buy you anything, the Treasury will be able to say, hey, we've been telling you this for years. You just haven't listened. All right. And now you're going to have to deal with what's coming because we have tried to warn you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a warning. This is a warning. They are telling you flat out, your dollars have absolutely zero value. Okay. And I'm almost done. I just wanted to read this to you real quick. Now, this excerpt that I'm going to get to you here is from J.P. Morgan, from where he testified in front of Congress back in the early 1900s. I forgot what it was. I'll leave this link as well. All right, I'm only going to read one excerpt. What did J.P. Morgan mean? And when they say what did J.P. Morgan mean, is because there's a famous quote out there, which is actually misquoted, where J.P. Morgan tells Congress back in 1912, where he tells Congress that the only thing that's money is gold and that everything else is credit. Okay, but then he goes on to explain, all right, there's a back and forth between Mr. Morgan, J.P. Morgan, and one of the congressmen that was questioning him. All right, there's back and forth here, and you guys can read this. You can go through this and read it. But I wanted to go ahead and read to you a small excerpt from here as well, okay? This is actually a pretty good read, all right? I read this whole thing, but I don't want to read the whole thing. You guys can go ahead and take a look at this. I just wanted to read a part that makes a lot of sense and that goes along with what I just read you from here, from the U.S. Treasury, okay? And this is J.P. Morgan, all right, here. All debt currencies have counterparty risk. And what he means by all debt currencies are currencies that have no backing. Just like the Treasury tells you that the US dollar, that the Federal Reserve note has absolutely no backing by anything, that is a debt currency, all right? So he's saying that all debt have counterparty risk, but gold does not. And why does he say that gold has no counterparty risk? For the exact reason of what I just told you. When you're holding a precious metal in your hand, you are holding something that has all of the value that went into getting it already in there, okay? When you're holding an ounce of gold, let's say gold is going for $1,300 an ounce. Let's just give it that number to make it easy. When you're holding an ounce of gold in your hand, it's what the market is willing to pay for it. However, there is only that it costs less. It's because the people that are digging it out of the ground are able to sell it at that price, okay? Because they have to recoup the energy, the wealth that it took them to dig it out of the ground at a minimum, right? So at a minimum, someone's going to have to recoup the energy that has been used to dig that gold out of the ground. Let me give you a quick example. Let's say I'm a builder and I build someone a shed, and it cost me $1,000 in materials to build that shed and whatever time I put into it. Well, at the very least, in order for me to break even, I have to get X number of dollars for building that shed just to break even without even making a profit. Okay, so the value of that shed to me is going to be a set number because that's what it costs me in capital, in energy to build that shed. All right, same thing with gold. When you hold an ounce of gold in your hands, whatever the going price is may not be exactly what it costs someone to dig it out of the ground, but you know that it had to have cost something to dig that gold out of the ground. Therefore, that gold will never go to zero because gold and silver and food and bullets and physical good items, their value is within themselves. All right, the value of gold is within itself. Now, the value of a debt currency, of a U.S. Federal Reserve note, is not within itself. The only value that it has is that people are willing to trade with it, thinking that they will be able to get what they want if they have enough of those bills. All right, so very easy to understand, right? Or try to understand that a piece of paper only has the intrinsic value of what that piece of paper offers, meaning that the only value behind it is what can you do with that piece of paper, right? When people stop accepting it, it's going to be worth zero. Why is that? Because it's not worth anything. It's worth what a piece of paper is worth. Okay, there you go. There is my famous blabbing. All right. Okay, so I'm going to read this again here. All debt currencies have counterparty risk, but gold does not. The reason is simple. Debt currencies are a financial asset. They are not tangible, nor is their value derived from expended labor. Just like I told you guys, their value is not derived from the labor that someone did. Whereas the value of gold is derived from the labor that someone had to go through to get it out of the ground and make it into the coin that you like, that you want to buy. More precisely, they are liabilities of banks. And as any accountant knows, it is a bank's assets and not its liabilities that have value. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just trying to drive this point home. I probably went on a little too long about this, but I'm just trying to drive the point home to those of you that may not understand why the dollar, why any fiat currency has zero value. All right, it has zero tangible value. And I'm not sure if you've heard this saying before, but it's true if you study history. Every currency will eventually go to its intrinsic value. All right? Any fiat currency, all right? Any fiat currency will ultimately revert to its intrinsic value. And the intrinsic value of a dollar bill, of a Federal Reserve note, no matter how many numbers are on it, is practically zero. All right? I think it costs the mint, or whoever makes the dollar bills, I think it cost them about 12 or 16 cents to print a $100 bill, something like that. Okay, so there you go. That's the actual value of that bill. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got something out of this. I hope that you're having a good weekend so far. Please join in tomorrow on the live chat. I will have it up for 8 a.m. Alaska time. And hopefully we'll have a good amount of people in there so that two of you are going to end up getting an ounce of silver that I myself will mail out to you. Alrighty, I am working on a video to show off what the next big giveaway is going to be. I think you all are going to like it. I'm still working on my technical abilities, and I think I'm going to be able to. I've learned how to like splice videos together. So instead of trying to do something for an hour, I may be able to take something that I do that takes an hour and a half and crunch it down to like 20-30 minutes. All right, that way you guys can get the most out of it without me having to extend an hour-long video for something that you guys can get something out of and only have to spend 20-30 minutes watching. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to support the channel, please do so by letting a couple of the ads run through. Okay, I implore you not to let any 10-minute ads, 5-minute ads run through. If you could be so kind as to maybe let 1 or 2 30-second ad, 15-second ad run through, it really does help with the YouTube revenue so that I can continue to do giveaways. In addition to that, if you have any Amazon shopping to do, please look in the description below and you will see my Amazon link. It doesn't cost you any more money than what you were going to spend anyways to use my link, and it does help the channel as well. Another way you can support the channel is if you are looking for precious metals and you do not have an available coin shop in your area, because I am a proponent and advocate of always using a local coin shop where you can go and purchase precious metals so that you can build a relationship with that coin shop owner, so that you can build some kind of a trust relationship with each other. That way you know you're getting good product at a good price, and also just as important, that way you'll know that you'll have someone that will be accepting it in the case that you want to sell it back to them. Okay, if you don't have a local coin shop in your area, and you would like to take a look at some precious metals, please use my SD Bullion link. Okay, for every new customer that they get, the AP channel gets a kickback, and I'm using that to give away some silver. And thank you for those of you that participated in registering with SD Bullion last month. The revenue that I gained from them last month is actually what I'm using to give away some silver. So thank those of you who participated in that and got yourself some precious metals. So you can support the channel pretty much by supporting yourselves. And also, if you do have extra funds and you want to support the channel, you can give by doing super chats. And also, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can. The links are down below. And that's all I have to say about that. Enough begging, right, ladies and gentlemen? Enough begging. But I'm telling you guys, I really think you're going to like the next giveaway, besides the silver, because this is not really a prepping necessity, but it is such a nice thing to have. And I think it's a good thing to have for family, you know, for families to do something together. So you guys think about what it might be. I'm not going to tell you till I do the video. I'll probably be working on the video this weekend, okay, and getting it set up so that I can release it during the week, maybe Monday, while I'm sitting on my couch on drugs because of my shoulder operation. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've gone on way too long. So thank you again to all of the new subscribers. All right, many blessings to all of you. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to every one of you and your families. This is Alaska Prepper, and I'm out.